Good morning to you. Good morning. One of the things that we talk about in this Leaning In series is the fact that a lot of the things that hang us up, it's cultural. It's stuff that our parents learned. It's stuff that they passed on to us. It's stuff that we, if you have children, have kind of passed on to your own kids. But there's a way to break it. There's a way to see through this. There's a way to go. But is that the absolute truth of this thing? So let me set this up for you. You're all excited. You got yourself a dream. You got yourself something you're going to do. You're kind of scared, nervous, like the excitement is there. You want to tell somebody about it because you want them to like go, yeah, you can totally do this. You want them to give you some belief, right? And so you're all excited about it. You've heard that if you think positive and you don't let doubt and fear creep in, it's going to happen. Okay, so you're thinking positive, you tell the person, they go, all right, that's fun. But did you think of this? And maybe you got to think of that. And all of a sudden, everything's squashed. That's what happened for me as a kid. I had dreams, lots of big dreams. And when I would share them, I was told all the reasons why it wasn't possible by my parents. They didn't mean to, but they lived in reality, is what they said, right? The reality is Anne, blah, 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 blah. So I learned that dreaming's not actually possible and that it's not adulting, right? I didn't have my dreams supported. I was kind of feisty, and so I kind of went after dreams anyway, at times. Now we have all of this stuff about manifesting. Manifest what you want. Think about it, what you want. I know there's a lot of people who have dreamed and fell flat on the face, and it didn't work. And what's kind of scary is when you actually tell somebody about your dream, and then it doesn't work, they get to do the I told you so's, right? But if you don't tell people, then you don't get support. And it's such a scary thing. But if you could just be positive enough, not doubt, not fear, like there's a weakness in it, right? If you're not manifesting, there's something weak in you. Or that's just for everybody else. They don't have my life. Okay, so there's a victimhood that comes in. I can't dream because blah, 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 blah isn't in place yet. Okay, now we set it up. You have been conditioned to dream in your spirit. Your spirit is a creative thing. You can't not be creating. So my son said this, but he goes, Mom, we just actually can't not create. And I go, do tell. He says, if you stick a 2-year-old in a room with absolutely nothing in it, he's going to find something to do. Isn't that funny? It's true. He's going to find something to do. We all have something in us that wants to be expressed, wants to show up and make something that hasn't been made before or do something that hasn't been done. It's in all of us. It's part of our spirit. We're creators. Yeah, I'll tell you why. This was a fascinating thought. If I take an apple pie and I cut a piece from that apple pie and I stick it over on a table, it does not turn to cherry. Now, how does that relate? Well, you are from God, the Creator. You're His child. Just because you are over there and He's right here, or He's up there and you're here, whatever that separation is, it doesn't change the fact that you're a creator. What? Okay, here's another really fun fact. This comes from Wayne Dyer, by the way. Okay. Do you know that everything you needed to become the person you are right now, meaning the physical body, okay? The physical woman that I am right now, all the things, was in that one egg, in that one fertilized cell. Let's go there. All the potential, everything I needed was right there. Like, I didn't have to know how to grow eyebrows. I don't have to know how to bear children. I mean, my body was made for it. Like, You know, I didn't have to know how to do any of this. All of the potential was already right there for me to become the adult body that I see now. Isn't that cool? All right, let's take that a step further. Everything you need to become all that you have been designed to be, spiritually, godly, divine, is already in you. You don't need anything else. There's nothing outside of you that you need to become all that you have been designed in a divine manner to be. They need to be activated, for sure. There are things that when it says we're not living up to our potential, you know, you guys have heard that. It's just that those things that are the divine in us haven't been activated. You know, we can believe that all we are is humans. The reality is we are divine, beautiful, powerful beings that a God created. He combined light and intelligence. And when light and intelligence were combined, that equals our spirits. That's a cool thought. We are divine. And we're on the planet, on this rock, having a little bit of a human experience. But the reality is we are going to be divine. So the creator in you, you can't actually not, you can't not create. Oh gosh. All right. Here's what's going on. You sought out somebody else to tell about the dream so that you could feel the truth of its possibility. You wanted support, belief. I will tell you, that feels so good when you get it. Like I got it just the other day from the guy at the Utah Microloan Fund. Oh my gosh, totally felt it. It's fantastic. I love to be supported. But I didn't need his support for my dream to be valid. Here we go. How do you, when you've had enough trauma surrounding dreams, enough disappointment, enough people telling you it's not possible or you don't have enough in you to do it, you don't have the resources, you don't have the smarts, you don't have the time. And I'm not talking about big dreams, guys. I'm talking about all dreams. Like the simple, everyday things. Yeah. And the big stuff. And the super important stuff. All of it. How do we do it? What you were seeking for was belief. So the belief of possibility, it's an igniter. We have a charcoal grill. We have something that's really fancy in our charcoal grill. We also have a gas tank that when we pop the button, fire comes up to light the charcoal. That's pretty cool. Like we don't have to wait and try to fan it. We don't have to put a bunch of extra stuff on it. We just pop it. Your belief does that. It just pops whatever you want. Now, trying to get to belief when you have so much data is really, really the thing. All right. I'm going to tell you what happens. There's a formula that if you follow, and I'll explain why, if you follow, your dreams will come true. Now, they may be tweaked just a little bit so that they're for your best and highest good. It's so much fun. God way over blesses. So here's the formula. You have to see your desire. You have to know what you would love. Okay? Create with love. Don't what you want. That's lack. So create with love. What would I love? Know what you would love. That's what we do, right? We go into our day, go, how would we love to feel? Okay? So we're going to create with love. Second thing is see it. Know what you want, then see it. See yourself in that space. You don't have to feel anything yet, right? I see myself teaching the class that I'm going to do. It starts at 9 o'clock, which means got a half an hour. I'm not going to make it home. So I've got my little gimbal here. There's a pavilion over there. And this morning, I saw myself in that space. So I grabbed my manual. You know, just see it. Okay. The next step is to feel it. This is where we get wonky. But I need somebody else to believe in me so that I can feel the belief. Right? Or all I fear is the doubt and the fear. Okay, I've been training you. What would you love to feel in that? A lot of times people go, I don't know how to feel debt-free. I mean, I've never been debt-free before. But have you? Maybe not debt-free, but have you had enough? Have you had enough to do what you needed to do? Have you ever kind of felt free a little bit? Now, I'm talking go all the way back to your childhood, because I had to go all the way back to when I was 19 years old to feel debt-free because I had no debt and I was able to take care of my needs. So, it doesn't have to be in your adulting world right now, just kind of in the back. Okay. See it, feel it. Declare it. Declaring is when we say, I am. I am an author. Oh gosh, guys, that one felt like such a lie for a long time. I am an author. Declare it. Express some thanks. Thank you so much for everything that's happened, everything that's on its way, everything you've done to help me get to this point. All right. That is the cycle. Then you get busy. You get a nudge, you just do it. Like you get up and walk. Right? Whatever the nudge is. What the big thing is that we're missing is all of this thought work in our head, all of the thinking and the vision boards and the positive affirmations and all that. If in your heart you have worst case scenarios in mind, if in your heart you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. And the reason is because the hosts of heaven cannot violate choice. The heart is what says this is what I would love. So if you have doubt and fear surrounding something you would love, somebody else out there actually can tell you all day long that you're going to be great and you can do this, and you're still not going to feel it. So do what we've been doing. What would I love to feel? Have I ever felt that ever in my life before? Now I'm going to feel it, and now I'm going to project it into what I'm creating. Tell you what, guys, it's the secret sauce. All right, one last thing. There are things called laws of thought. They are universal principles that you actually cannot get away from. It's what happens. It's how God created and how He creates. Let me share how this works. There is a statement that I've heard that there is a law irrevocably, that means you can't take it away, decreed in heaven, that every blessing is predicated upon obedience to some law. Okay, so that word obedience triggers a lot of people. It means control. We'll talk about that another time. It actually doesn't mean control. It means something else, but let's listen to this. Okay. We are on this planet. We are bound to the law of gravity. You can't not participate in the law of gravity, guys. You can do things. We figured out how to kind of make it not happen for us, but for the reality, like you got to go to a secret chamber, and I don't know how they do it, but we just have to all participate in it. It's a telestial thing. So I'm going to grab a rock here. I'll show you something. Okay, if I were to drop this rock, we all know what would happen. It would absolutely just drop. It would just drop. Gravity cannot get away from me. Okay, now watch this, okay? Let's see, I'm gonna do it this way so you can see. Okay, watch. Don't know if that caught, but I threw the rock. It flew for a minute until it's come back to the gravity. There are laws that I enacted, that I participated in. I enacted. I threw the rock and I gave it lift, thrust, and drag. The laws of aerodynamics. That is what just happened to that rock. I enforced the laws of aerodynamics upon an object. Guess what? When those laws are in action on any object, it can't not fly. It's not possible. that is what happens when those laws are in play. What was fun is that for years we didn't know how to do that. The laws were always around, and it was just when somebody discovered them that we were able to fly. Isn't that cool? All right, now we're going to take the laws of thought. When you participate in the laws of thought, you can't not fly. You can't not fly. So when there's a nudge, when there's a divine principle that you've learned, God is not trying to control you. He's just teaching you to fly. See, he knows how to create. He would love for you to be a creator and fulfill that part of your divinity. And so he'll say, hey, so this is what we need to do. And if you do it, you can't not fly. Now, it's going to take a while sometimes. Our hearts are in our body, how much doubt and fear we carry around kind of plays into that. So creating your day every single day actually starts to change that process in your body. So the belief starts to happen. I encourage you to create your day and then at night report back in a journal, right? And in that journal go, oh my gosh, I set up my day. I took that moment to breathe in. I took that moment to create, and it happened. More often than not, if we're intentional about feeling what our mind is thinking, it is creation. But I really want you to think about this idea. The commandments of God are just the laws that he operates under. And when you participate in those laws, you can't not fly. Makes me excited because then I go, I want to know the laws. Like, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how my passions that are within me, what they are doing for creation. Like, what is this? Like, people say, I don't know what my mission is. Well, look into your passions. You've been given things, talents, gifts, stuff that enacts your passion. And within your passion is the reason why you're on the planet. If we don't give ourselves permission to dream and to move into it, it doesn't work. Now, the reason why I said responsible dreaming is you are the only one responsible for generating the belief. No one can believe for you. People can believe in you. That's a boost for sure. But people can believe in you and you cannot believe in yourself. So you are the only one who is response-able, meaning able to respond to your fears. You are the only one who can go, oh, hey, doubt. Hey, fear, I see you. I'm not going to judge myself as wrong for feeling doubt and fear about this. I'm just going to go, that's curious. What do I need to apply right now? What law do I need to apply? Well, you need to apply faith. Now, I said this yesterday. You can believe in things that are worst case scenario, and you can create or participate in or be attracted to worst case scenario. And you can believe in things that are not seen yet that you would love. And you can participate in, be attracted to, have those things attract to you. You can't not. So, you are the only one able to look at doubt and look at fear and go, wow, that's interesting. That so much doubt has come up. I wonder what that's about. Actually, I don't need to know what that's about. What I need to do is, what would I actually love to experience? Everything's possible. All things are possible with God. God is where possibility sits, belief sits. You're not bad if you struggle with this. You're just not practiced. You're just not skilled yet. It's okay. So, okay, keep sticking with me. We're going to do a lot more creation stuff. Consider the laws, that they're real. Consider that all you need to do is figure out what they are and how to operate within them. And then you can do all sorts of things. So today, if you are willing, here's a challenge to start exercising the dreaming muscle. I'm kind of excited about this for you, all right? So, get out a piece of paper, and in the next week, write down 100 desires. And I say desires instead of dreams. If you want to do just what I loves, 100 of them. Now what happens is the first few you can just kind of rattle off, and then is the exercise. There's a muscle of belief, of looking forward, of saying it's okay for me to desire things, first of all, okay? That we gotta lift that muscle. And so as you write 100 things that you would love, it starts to change. It becomes just the little stuff. Like I remember going, I would love to have my nails painted. The next time I was at the store, I'd never go over by the beauty section. I was just at the store, I think looking at grapefruit. And my mind said, oh, I could go look for nail polish. Like heaven supported my desire. Like it's so much fun. 100 desires. Who's in? Who wants to try that? It's gonna change you. Then tomorrow, we'll talk about how to receive it. All right? Everybody have a beautiful day. If you have not created your day yet, please do so. If you would love some one-on-one time and work with me where I can just talk about all the little things and we can tweak the doubt and fear and we can find out why it's happening, and invite you to join into my space where I can talk to you face to face. This camera thing's it's good, it's not enough. So Joyful Heart Mastery really opens up the heart. So we get just from the cerebral stuff of thinking things into the being able to believe. So much is involved in that. I also have in my stuff a training called the Creator's Mindset Training. That's where we learn every single law. We practice something within that law every single week so it starts to vibrate in our bodies and we know what it is and how to implement it and how to what? Fly! Because we're learning laws. So if you'd like more information about that, let me know. Last thing, Genius Bootcamp. Genius Bootcamp is where we connect in to a pain point that you might have that's blocking you. Like what's blocking you? Even if you don't know, you just feel blocked, okay? That block we look at, we figure out where it's coming from. We do some things with God. We co-create. We open up the ability to receive in a full body exercise. And you go home going, I can step into my genius now. It changed everything for me when I did Genius Bootcamp for myself. And the reason why I trained to be a facilitator for the Genius Bootcamp program is because I want to change others. 3 days. If you want to know more about that, message me. Okay? It's absolutely fantastic. All right, everybody. See you later. I got 15 minutes. I'm going to go teach people what's happening when they're in an emotional spin that's taking them out of stuff, causing all sorts of disruption in their life and their relationships, and how to catch it and how to get out of it. That's today's lesson. All right, everybody. Have a really, really beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow.